All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akor Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word and sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right, and this is another article I ran across. U.S. launches ICBM, which is an intercontinental ballistic missile, to demonstrate robust and ready nuclear deterrent. So just like, and I know anybody who follows, world news, seeing when Trump went in front of the United Nations and basically told them that we have the strongest military, excuse me, we have the strongest military, basically threatening the world, trying to, flex and show its power, which they're going to be in for a rude awakening when World War III actually starts. But this is just another thing. This is another bluff by America, to the world, showing that they have all this power, man. They test launching or whatever ICBMs, which they're not the only nation with this power anyway, but it's just America trying to strike fear into their adversaries, all right, which eventually is gonna get them blown off the face of the map through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, now before I even start the article, this is Isaiah 54:16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy it." All right. So when you look at, this, let's say, arms race, this nuclear arms race between these countries, this is the Lord putting the spirit on these men to do that. He putting that evil thought in their head, man. Which is not, to do evil to each other, or to do evil to America. He putting that thought in their head. He created the Smith. All right, meaning, and everybody know about a Smith is somebody who has a specialty in some form of work, a locksmith. You know what I mean? He get the keys out the car, but a Smith, back in the ancient world, that's being referred to is like a swordsmith. All right, and what would be the modern day swordsmith? The people that's making these nuclear weapons, they're smiths. I guess you could say bomb smiths, for lack of a better term. All right, but the point that is being made is that the Lord is putting the spirit on these said bomb smiths, all right, to destroy each other, man. All right, all these bombs, these technology, this technology as it pertains to artillery for these armies, is gonna get used. They're not just building it. It's not like they're gonna, right before they about to hit the button, everybody gonna come to their senses. It's not that. All right, World War III is gonna come, and as the scriptures say, America is gonna get destroyed in World War III. 200 million missiles is gonna hit this place because of all the evil and all the wickedness that America has done on the earth. All right, and you see war and war and war and more war in the news. All right, now America is flexing their muscle a little bit because Trump is too prideful to let these countries talk this shit about America and not try to, flex his muscle or whatever. But, and this is a picture of the ICBM. Can't really see the silo, of course, but that's what's going to be heading toward America, though. 200 million of them. All right, but it says the U.S. military has successfully launched a Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile, showing the country's ability to counter 21st century threats, according to the defense sources. Now, why do you think America is so focused on counterattacks, man? You only try to counter what you think gonna hit you, right? So America knows its standing amongst the nations. They know that these nations have, quote unquote, caught up with them as far as the artillery that they have. So now you have But you're not gonna be able to defend all the missiles, man. That's about to hit this place. You're not gonna be able to defend it. It's just overwhelming. All right, what you would call overkill. 200 million. All right, but it says launched from the Vandenberg Air Force Base near Lompoc, California. The unarmed missile traveled an estimated 4,194 miles across the Pacific Ocean to the Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands, the Air Force Global Strike Command announced in a statement. It says the test demonstrates that the United States nuclear deterrent is robust, flexible, ready, and appropriately tailored to deter 21st century threats and reassure our allies, it said. It says the Air Force stressed that the test was not a response to world events or religious tensions. That's bullshit. It has to be a response. The only reason that you would try to create a defense mechanism against long-range nuclear missiles is because you have some type of fear of long-range nuclear missiles hitting your country. All these countries parading their intercontinental ballistic missiles, and you just created a defense mechanism just to create one. This is definitely a response, all right? Because everybody want to blow up America, man. Even your allies are gonna blow you up.
Item 131, missile suspension released. Airmen from Malmstrom and Vandenberg Air Force bases conducted an operational test launch on October 2nd, 2019, of an unarmed Minuteman III missile. The test launch used an intercontinental ballistic missile pulled randomly from a silo on Epivor Air Force Base, which was then transported and reassembled at Vandenberg. The ICBM was equipped with a test re-entry vehicle and traveled approximately 4,200 miles from the test range near the Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands. These ICBM test launches verify the accuracy and reliability of the weapon system, providing valuable data to ensure a safe, secure, and effective nuclear deterrent. Reporting from Vandenberg Air Force Base, I'm Michael Stonecipher.
Continuing on, it says the Wednesday launch comes on the same day the North Korea fired unidentified projectiles just hours after agreeing to resume talks with Washington. But it's not a response to world events, man. America is full of shit. Washington recently unilaterally withdrew from a key arms control accord, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces INF Treaty, sparking concern that the move could lead to a new arms race. Right? So they totally contradict what the Air Force said about not being a response to world events or regional, I think I said religion at first, but regional tensions. All right, it has to be a response because since the INF treaty is no longer in play, which basically put a cap on missiles. I don't know if it was long range or I guess intermediate range, excuse me, missiles that yeah, put a cap on it. You know what I mean? And you couldn't really make but so many. But now, since that treaty has been broken, you can make whatever you want. Hence the arms race, the nuclear arms race. So this is America showing the rest of the world, whether they trying to let on or not, but they showing the rest of the world, look, y'all try to bomb us, we got a defense. All right. This is Ezekiel 35. I'm gonna start at 6. Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right, now this is talking about so-called white man, chiefly over here in America. All right, since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. All right, meaning a lot of y'all gonna get slain just like the Israelites got slain. All right, and the majority of you, I mean, it's gonna be race wars, it's gonna be chaos in America, but the majority of you all are gonna die with the missiles, man. All right, and then you're gonna come into the kingdom of heaven and be slaves, like we were. All right, we were slaves in your kingdom. We still we still are slaves in your kingdom, and you'll be slaves in our kingdom. All right. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate. Mount Seir is just referring to the home of the Edomites. The Edomites being people that's calling themselves so-called white people today. With the exception of the confusion of faces, if you know, you know. But if your line goes back to Esau, you're Edomite. All right, so when it says Mount Seir, it's just talking about the land of the Edomites, which Mount Seir was their land in the ancient world. Excuse me. It says, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. It says, I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. All right, and that sword, the chief sword, is those missiles. Once again, it's gonna be complete chaos in America. It's gonna be like a purge in America, But the missiles is gonna be like the cherry on top, if you will, for the destruction of America. All right. It says, let's skip down. It says, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. All right, because this is really for the vengeance of the elect. That the Most High is bombing America. He's going to put the thoughts in these countries' head to bomb America. All right. That's why I said they are given to us to consume, because that's how they look at us. We pray. Even, man, what's her name? Amber Geyer. When you, when you look at that, man, it shows that, like, this woman went in there and shot a man eating ice cream on his couch. But when you watch that case, she's the victim, and she got 10 years, but not to digress, but she's the victim in the case, man, which shows that we are just their prey. She get up there, the judge gave her a hug, the brother gave her a hug, because a life of an Israelite is nothing. Why? Because this is the mind state. They are giving us to consume. We are here to, basically be at their mercy in their eyes. All right. But getting back to the point, it says, thus with your mouth have ye boasted against me, and I have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord power, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make thee desolate. All right. So this is the Most High not threatening, but telling the Edomites, okay, that their land is going to be destroyed. You heard it? Hopping back up to 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And how is he going to know? Because starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they've been out there for years upon years, telling you this, on down to everybody else who believes in the truth, that this is going to happen. So that's how you're going to know that it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua that did it. All right? Because he has his men out there telling you that what he's going to do. All right? So the American defense mechanism is not going to work, because you see the Lord right here saying, I'm going to lay your cities waste. You're not going to create I mean, you can create defense, mechanisms towards those missiles, but it's not gonna work because it's already been written that the Lord is gonna destroy you off the face of the earth. All right. So I hope that video was edifying. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.